Hello, I'm Shemaine,
And I'm Simone.
and welcome to our show,
This
The
situation.
Situation. Today we posted our topic to Facebook, and our topic was what's the difference between, or what do you guys feel was the difference between discipline and abuse? Because we also posted a segment from the Ricky Lake show. We know it's quite old, but it's pretty detailing. So we wanted to get a couple a lot of feedback from some parents. We don't have kids ourselves, but we have nieces and nephews that we have ample experience with. So we do have a lot of feedback to give. So we'll go ahead and get into our topic. Now, when we posted that, we'll just read a couple of our answers. And then we appreciate if you guys can go to our notes section of our Causing a Stir Facebook and give us comments and feedback on what you think about this as well, because we do know that it is a touchy topic. So go ahead and read our first response.
The first answer or first response was I believe in spanking. I like to refer to it as the heating of the buns. I got spanked when I was young, and I'm now a well rounded adult who knows the meaning of authority. However, some people go I do think some people go too far. Punching their kids in the chest like they're adults, not cool. Spanking doesn't always resolve the issue. Restriction or time out works too. Just has it just has to be a balance. But a good heating of the buns never hurt anybody.
What do you think?
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. I came from a family where wherever you did the bad deed is where you were probably spanked. And
Yeah.
I'm all for chastising your children. I don't feel like I feel like we've gotten away from that, or parents have gotten away from that as times have changed. I know there's kids know and they are aware these days that hey, mommy, I can call a number or tell my teacher or this, that, and the other, and you can get in trouble. And parents are fearful of that, and I think it's just a big epidemic. It's a problem nowadays. The fact that people are afraid to discipline their kids by spanking them, and the kids are taking over.
Yeah, I think so too. And I also think that there are a lot of parents who not necessarily, well, let me just say I was raised and I probably could count on one finger, I mean one hand. As many times I was thinking I was barely ever disciplined. So I think I'm a well-rounded individual. What do you think?
I think she's okay.
I'm okay, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, I know some people see those kids. You might be in a store, or you might just be out and about, or whatever the case may be, and you'll see those kids. You're like, you think twice. You're like, someone need to spank that kid right there, or do something. But you don't want to go too far. I was just telling Simone yesterday that I used to work at a grocery store, and I remember there was this woman, and she had a child. He probably was about 2 years old, and she smacked him. Like, we had a customer come in and tell us that the lady had smacked her son. The boy was, like I said, he was 2 years old, and she smacked him as if he was like 20. And he had a big welt on his face. And of course, the store called the CPS, which is rightfully so. They should have done that. But now that is abuse. Now, if she would have grabbed his hand and smacked his hand, that's fine. But to me, there's just nothing in this world that a 2-year-old can do to constitute that kind of punishment. Now that's punishment, not abuse.
I'm
I mean,
gonna.
and abuse.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna take the time to quote the famous Cat Williams when he says, "Your 2 year old is supposed to like Skittles, so stop yelling at your kids in the middle of the grocery store when they holler for some Skittles. Maybe it's not the kid, maybe it's your parenting skills."
Exactly. I think, you know what? I know it's kind of in the same topic. I think when sometimes the kid can control, to me, controls the parent. When I'm in the store and I see a kid who's like 4 years old still sucking on a bottle, that makes me go, who is controlling this
Where are
situation?
the boundaries
Where's
here?
the boundaries? Where is little simple things like, no, we're taking your pacifier at age 1. Bye bye pacifier. There it goes. It's little things like that that lead a kid to start getting their way. It's
Mm-hmm.
something as simple as that. They just start getting their way
I definitely
and
agree.
getting their way.
I
And
definitely
you
agree.
notice that. And then the kids are throwing a tantrum in the store, and then the parents give them whatever they want just to shut them up
They're
instead
definitely
of, and that's
they're,
a lack of discipline.
kids are definitely smarter than what we give them credit for. I can recall my niece and my nephew as well, very young ages, kids saying things that you would never imagine. I can remember my nephew telling us one day we were on the way to swim lessons, and he's all of about 3. And I go, okay, are you gonna do well today? Are you gonna do good and be good for Auntie? And the first thing he says is, all I need is a little encouragement. How many 3-year-olds do
Wow.
you know how to properly use the word encouragement?
Right.
I'm just saying these kids are pretty bright these days, so they will understand discipline. It's just the way that we deliver it as parents and as adults in their lives.
Right.
I I can probably I've never had to spank my niece.
Me either.
Um, she's I'm not going to say a perfect little child. She is Auntie's little angel, but she is a very, very respectful young lady. And sometimes it's just the tone of your voice that can,
Or that look.
give a kid, or that look, because my mama had that look, that can, let a kid know, hey, I'm not playing right now. I'm going to need for you to sit down and take a chill pill. But then you have those parents who don't quite discipline their kids at all in any way,
Especially
shape,
in
form, or
social
fashion.
settings, and that can be kind of, you know, you can't really focus when kids are, you ever go over somebody's house and their kids are just running amok and you're trying to do something and they're bouncing on the couches and they're touching this and they're doing all that. And it's like, when the adults are here, can they go watch a Meet Finding Nemo or a Alice
Mm-hmm.
in Wonderland or SpongeBob or something so we can do our adult thing and they go and do their own thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's adult things and there's kids things. Not all kids can be incorporated in everything the adults are doing.
I think it kind of poses a problem too for a person being on the outside looking in on a situation like that. I think it's an issue when I can tell that your kid is doing a little too much right now,
You can't tell.
and you obviously are overlooking it, or it's just so normal to you in your home setting or in your personal life that you just it completely goes over you. So I think that may be a problem from where you have the way you were raised or the way you were brought up. But I definitely think that we have to gain control over our kids. And in the segment that we posted on our link, definitely Ricky Lake is hitting the tooth on the nail. We need to show our kids discipline, but we need to show them our love
Right.
with the discipline.
Like like if you discipline your kid, they were saying do not discipline your kid out of anger,
Mm-hmm.
which you shouldn't do because that just it's like arguing with an adult when you're angry. It doesn't really get that far. So when the kid sees that you're angry and you're trying to discipline them, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really work. But now if you discipline them and talk about it later after you calm down, they're more able to realize that, and then it also helps them with their communication with you as well. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I think. So I mean, it's really touchy. But I have like with my niece, my sister always says, you should tell your niece this, stop doing this and stop doing that and da da da. And I just think to myself, well, I don't really ever had that problem with her. I usually give her that look, and she'll leave me alone. I really think that once you get that look, or you don't necessarily even have to like run fear in them. You should be able to have a good relationship with your kids to where, like I said, you give them that look and they calm down. And even if you do have to go as far as to spank them on the butt or whatever the case may be, they know that they did something wrong. I do believe in standing in the corner because I've made my niece do that quite a few times. Standing in the corner, taking away things that they love. I believe in all that too, but I mean, I'm not going to say I'm against spanking. I am against abuse. Now, slapping, I've seen people slap their kids in the face. Like, there's no reason for me. I don't think that you should slap your kid in the face.